Today I'm here to give my prediction and speculation for The Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 16, titled A. So let's get started here. Now, you will hear some audio in the background playing from the promo itself. So let's get started and let me give my overall theories and what I think will happen in this episode. But first, let me say this. In the latest episode, it got revealed that Glenn and the rest of the group, Maggie, Bob, Sasha, Abraham, they all found the tournament station or sanctuary, and they finally found it. And once they found it, it got revealed that it was a woman living there. Her name is Mary. Now, Mary seems a little too nice for my taste. I don't just trust Mary. And Mary asked them, do you want something to eat? And the place looked beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It looks very beautiful. And she was cooking some meat on the grill. Am I saying that meat was right? No. Could have been human meat. Could have been anything. Could be a cannibal, cannibalism 2.0. The Hunters 2.0. Who knows? A remix of the Hunters. Who knows? But I said this the other day. Something about that scene didn't make no sense because once they first arrived there, the gates was unlocked. I mean, Glenn literally unlocked the gate with ease. And then he gets to the door, and on the door it says, leave your weapons where they at and come in." Something similar to that. First off, something so good like that, why would you leave your gates unlocked for anybody to come in? That could be a trap. And what I mean by something being so good and you leaving your gates open, hell, I don't know if they noticed, but zombies do push on stuff. Like in the beginning of season 4, you seen zombies pushing on the gate, bending, were pushing on the fences, and they damn near bent the fence at the prison. So I'm pretty sure zombies would push up on the gate, and I'm pretty sure they would be able to get in it with ease. And second, who in the world will leave their weapons at the front of the door, then and then just walk into a place? But I mean, then just walk into a place that they don't even trust. Who does that? And like I say, this woman seems so nice. Now remember, in the Walking Dead video game, I think it was season 1 with Lee on it, Clementine. Well, in that video game, it was a woman named Mary. And Mary loved cannibalism. She was killing humans, and she was cooking them and feeding them to her family. In a TV show, this woman named Mary, that could have been human meat. And also, let's just say if somebody didn't decide to leave their guns at the front door and bring them in, I'm pretty sure this woman had some backup somewhere around there. Somebody looking down on her, watching her back. And I guarantee you, once Rick and his group arrived there, something tells me that they got some people on top of that roof. I mean, it's just obvious. I can see people on top of that roof looking down on her, watching her back. Just in case somebody don't leave their gun in front of their door and comes in there and try to do something stupid. I guarantee you somebody on top of that roof. I'm calling it right now. Also in this episode, I think Garrett was the one who I said had kidnapped Beth. We never got to see Garrett, but I think Garrett will make his introduction. Well, he will get introduced in this episode. I think Garrett will do that. Like I said, Garrett supposedly he's supposed to be a remix character of Gabriel Stokes, the preacher from the comic book. So I think he will come in, and I think he will be the one that takes Rick, Michonne, and Carl to the sanctuary and lead them to it. He could be that. It could happen. But back to what I was saying about the sanctuary. I guarantee you that woman got somebody back looking out for her. It's definitely somebody over there. Probably got a lot of people helping her out. And something tells me Once Rick arrives, something probably is going to snap. Also, in this episode, I think this episode will end on a major cliffhanger. Calling it. Just like they did with season 2 when the zombies had took over the farm and they had to get off the farm and escape. So I think this season will end on a major cliffhanger. That's what that is going to have us at the edge of our seats. It was the edge of our seats. So I'm about to watch the promo and get some more of my predictions. So bear with me. You will hear some audio in the background, by the way. Next, you see Carl running through the woods, and you also hear some audio commentary from Mary, the woman at the sanctuary or tournament station. You see Carl running through the woods. But prior to that, there was a promo that got released for this episode, and you can see Rick, Carl, and Michonne, and Rick ends up catching a rabbit. But after he catches the rabbit, you hear screams. You hear a man screaming for help. Now, remember in this promo, there is a man getting attacked by a whole bunch of zombies in this promo. I think that was him, the one who was screaming for help. And I think Rick and Carl decides to run to Rick and Carl and Michonne decides to run to his aid. But once they get there, they realize that the guy is already pretty much dead. And also in this promo, you see Michonne with her katana blade cutting up a whole bunch of zombies. I believe once they get to his aid, they realize it's a whole bunch of zombies there because also, like I say, he was getting attacked. He was pretty much dead. They had him in a circle just biting on him. And you can see how Michonne probably takes out her katana blade and start killing some of the zombies because I think it is a lot of zombies in that area, especially for him to get attacked. Also, the guy who gets attacked, he's not from Joe Group. I think he's probably one of those extra characters that was head to the sanctuary, and he probably got attacked by some zombies while he was heading there. So who knows? Just my predicting speculations. I'm looking at the promo right now. Next, we see a zombie and it's burnt up. I mean, literally, it's burnt up real bad. You don't even see the other part of his body. That could have been Joe and his group that did that, or it could have been a zombie from the other episode when Daryl and Beth had burnt up their house. Who next? Next we see Rick, and I don't know where he is at, but it looked like he opened up a door to a house, or it could be an empty warehouse. And that empty warehouse might be where Garrett is at. Might be because they do some more stuff in the promo I want to touch on. Next scene, you see Rick digging in the bag, and it's revealed that he found the bag with some bow and arrows in it and a pistol. And you see Rick reach for the pistol. How I know it's Rick because Rick has on his wedding ring when him and Lori got married. He still wears his wedding ring, and you see him reaching in the bag for the pistol. At this point, I think that bag it could have belonged to Lynn because Lynn also had arrows. And remember they killed Lynn, but I think they probably kept his bow and arrow, and his weapons because they might have needed it. So I'm pretty sure they didn't kill a man and then just left his weapons there. Now I'm pretty sure they took his weapons and they got that bag, and you see him reaching for it. You see Rick reaching for it. Next scene, you see Rick in a empty warehouse. They have a whole bunch of candles, look like crosses, and a Jesus Christ and a Jesus Christ statue up in it. Now, this right here is my I think this scene is for Garrett. And hell, who knows? Yeah, this scene is for Garrett. They could be in Garrett territory. So yeah. And next we see Rick with blood all in his face. Like I say, this episode will be pure brutality. I mean, something we never seen before. I think this episode, Rick will question his humanity. This episode, it will set up a conflict between Rick versus Joe in this episode. Also, in this episode, I think Joe might end up finding Rick, he might end up finding Rick in Garrett's warehouse. because you do see Rick in the warehouse. So Joe might end up finding him because later, because it got revealed in the previous episode that Joe, they're not headed to the sanctuary. They're looking for the guy who had killed one of their men in that house, and they looking for Rick. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna bump heads in this episode. Also, you see Daryl with a black eye. At this point, Daryl is going to. I'm pretty sure Joe is going to jump on Daryl because he's going to question Daryl and see where his head at. Who are you with? Who are you with? Me or your old group? And who knows? Joe is sneaky, so he might select there. He might have claimed Daryl for his own property and said, you know what, claim you mine. You're on our side. You know how Joe is. He don't like liars. He don't like traitors. And he might feel like Daryl is betraying him by choosing Rick. So he might punish Daryl for it and beat him up because you do see Daryl with a black eye. And back to what I was saying, Andrew Lincoln, the actor who portrays Rick Grimes, will be on The Talking Dead this Sunday. I can't wait. I love Andrew Lincoln, man. He breaks down Rick so amazing. He really breaks down his character. He's one of the best people I saw that who can portray a character and really break down the characterization of the character. Perfect. I love Andrew Lincoln. And so, man, I can't wait for this episode. Like I say, Rick will definitely do something that he never had to do before to survive, and that will be to resort to brutality. I mean, probably slaughter join his group. Probably do some crucial killing in this episode. And like I said in the episode, he will question his humanity. And I think Daryl might live. I think he's going to live, but I think Daryl is definitely going to take a beating in this episode. And also, Gary, who knows? Gary might help Rick out in this episode. Because like I say, Joe looked like one of those type of people who he probably going to, I don't know, I wouldn't say interview Rick, or he probably going to interview Rick and ask him what happened, and probably try to see where his head is at, and then like I say, he's going to probably try to hurt Rick to hurt Daryl because he know how close Rick and Daryl is, and Carl and Michonne. So yeah, it's pretty much my predictions and speculation for this episode. I definitely see them battling tonight. In the sanctuary part, I definitely see Rick, Michonne, and Carl arriving, and Garrett might be the one to take them there. We might see Beth, or who knows. And I hope Tyrese and Carol have made it to the sanctuary too. So who knows? Mary might be a good person. She might not, but I don't trust her. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a nice day, and God bless. And peace.